Yes, 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 yes.
What up, what up, what up?
Welcome back, everyone. This is Weeknights. Oh, I don't even have
Weeknights.
my watch on. I'm
You
slacking. I was
know.
about to say, right? I usually look at my watch and I said, I got bare skin over here. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah, same. I don't have on a watch today.
Slacking we are.
We
Anywho,
are.
this
I'm just
is
gonna.
Weeknights. We're five
Mm-hmm.
nights a week. We come up here and tell you the latest, the greatest, and the shameless of all the goings-ons in the industry. And we're about to get into it. But first, who are we? I'm here with my good co-host, good friend, good instigator.
Dash.
You know what I mean? We be up here starting shit.
You gotta start some shit sometimes. You just do. You
That's
just
right.
do it.
Let them
I'm
know who you be.
Dash. I'm Dash, aka Dashing D, aka the King of R&B.
That's right. AKA whispers today. You know what I'm saying? She said, I'm not home and I gotta whisper where I'm at. Y'all gonna be all
I
right.
know I'm on location today, but
Yep.
I'm trying to make it work. Trying to make it work, I'm trying to improvise. Life is
And we appreciate that.
lifing, as the kids say, and
Yep. My
I
favorite.
could not I could not be in the usual location, but we're trying to make it work over here. So
That's right. That's right.
hopefully y'all can hear me. Hopefully my lighting is okay, and
So far
hopefully we'll
so
be
good.
back. Yeah. Hopefully we'll be back home tomorrow.
I hear that. Listen, sometimes you gotta pod remotely, you know what I mean?
Sometimes you got to do it. Tell the
That's
people
right.
tell the people who you are.
Oh, me? Oh, man, thank you so much. I almost forgot. I was about to start the topics. I was about to ask you about cream of wheat. We'll get into it. But
Oof.
I am JD, aka He Who Pods.
Mhm.
You know what I'm
Yep.
saying?
And you do pod.
I do. I do sometimes, 5 nights a week right here. And some other places too sometimes.
That's true.
But
That's true.
let's talk about cream of wheat.
Oh my gosh. I can't believe you want to talk about this.
Oh, I
I
think it's so
cannot
funny.
believe.
This is the exact opposite of the shit I like to talk about. I don't
I
like
know.
talking. Yeah, you be coming to me with topics. You like, yo, let's talk about this. I'm like, man, get that out of here. That's not anything important. But this is so funny to me. I gotta be a contradictive person. I gotta be a little bit of a hypocrite because let's just tell him what happened to start. Then I'll react. You want to
So
tell him? Yeah, yeah,
Kanye,
yeah.
Ye. I think we're
Yeah.
supposed to call him Ye now.
Fuck that. Ooh,
Ye,
F-bomb.
Ye
Whoops.
posted a picture or a series of images, but there was one particular image of his wife. She was in like a thong contraption, a G-string contraption,
Yep.
and
She was in the kitchen.
she was in the kitchen making cream of wheat. Now, here's the thing, right? I just have to point this out because I didn't realize that she was actually making cream of wheat.
And maybe she
I thought
wasn't, but that's, her back
there was
is
a
to us in the picture. It looked like she's in there doing a little something in the kitchen. And so we have
and
to
there's a box of
inference.
cream of well, there's a box of cream of wheat on the countertop, but I did not realize
And there you
that.
go.
I didn't realize that at first. When I first saw it, I said, "Is that man calling his wife's body cream of wheat?"
Right.
What? That was the way I looked at it, and I said, "I don't know how I'm supposed to react to this." So I'm gonna just not react to it. And that's when
Right.
I sent it to you, and I was like, "Do you see?"
Right. This your man's? That's how you sent it to
Right.
me. This your man's? And I was like, maybe, because that's a BDSM match. You know what I'm saying? So maybe maybe
Right.
we
She did has a
partake in the
BDSM
same,
man.
you know what I mean? Maybe we might bump into each other one day. You know what I mean?
But this is what was funny. It wasn't until you responded to me, then I was like, wait, there is actual cream of wheat in the photo. I
Yep.
had no idea. And shame on me because I feel like normally I'm all up in the details and I
It
just
was an
don't care
interesting
enough when
image. To
Kanye
those who
posts.
have not seen it, it was an interesting image. And so I don't blame you. There were a lot of things going on. in the picture. She's got the mask on.
Yeah.
You see the G-string and a lot of body, booty, all of that.
I mean,
So I understand you were distracted like a lot of people were.
however you describe a lot, sure.
I'm just saying there were a lot of things happening. I'm not saying she had a lot of things happening. I'm saying there were a lot of things happening. Let's be clear here.
Yes.
But Tyrese...
Now y'all know. If you know, you know that Tyrese is not my favorite person. But this made me laugh because
this was so good. I said we gotta talk about this. Tyrese, I can't even talk. Tyrese posted his lady on the beach, getting up from a chair, walking towards the water, and in a not so covered up bikini,
Mm-hmm.
And he put, "Hey Kanye, all wheat, no cream."
No cream.
Yo, no
That
cream.
got me. That got me.
Oh, that was perfect. That was perfect. And that's why I wanted to talk about this. Not because of the first one, because that response was so good for me.
It was great. It was great. I'm surprised it came from Tyrese. I didn't know he could be that witty.
Listen.
I thought he just cried. But apparently he could be witty. I said, well, look at Tyrese making a little jokey joke.
That was so good. My man said, all wheat, no cream.
And
I thought that was good.
It was really good. And I think he's probably, we're probably going to see a little bit more of Tyrese in the coming weeks because he has a series that he's going to be in on Peacock.
Oh, okay.
Just a little.
Well, that's good.
Just a little sprinkle a little, show him some love since he made a good joke.
Oh, no, a lot of love for this one. Listen, that was great. I don't like when he cries on camera or tells us too much of his business, but this was perfect. This was so good as a response. My man showed his lady and said, hey, let me break it down in case y'all don't know what Tyrese is saying. Tyrese was saying, get that cream out of here. Wink, wink.
That was clear.
He was saying, hey,
clear.
Listen, this the real shit right here. You know what I'm saying? He was doing like Cat Williams. He was saying, this shit right here, nigga. This shit right here, nigga.
Right. Exactly.
He said, let me show y'all the real. Since we posting bodies, let me show you how bodies look on this side. Maybe you forgot. It's been a minute.
Because
sip some water while you respond. You know what I mean? What do you think about it?
The last one I know him to have been with was a long time ago.
Tyrese wanted to remind them.
Come back on over.
No. Stay over there. It's all right.
No, I'm not inviting him. I'm saying that's what Tyrese was saying.
No, I don't think so.
All right. Sorry about that, y'all. My whole device shut down on me. That was wicked. I'm back though. You know what I mean? If you could pod remotely, I could. You what?
Oh no, go ahead.
I'm about to say, if you could pod remotely, I could push through. Had another device readily available. Lucky for me.
Wonderful. And it did a little wardrobe change.
Holler.
Here we go.
Anyway, I was saying, Tyrese was saying, hey man, listen. You've been away a long time. You be messing with those bodies. But look at these bodies. You know what I'm saying? These bodies are great. You know what I'm saying? Tony the Tiger on these mofos.
Tiger. Listen.
So, yeah. Not much else to say for me. I just thought that was worth discussing.
It was funny.
I thought it was spectacular.
Yeah, it was funny. It was good times, in the Instagram streets.
And if these two end up becoming petty battlers online, we could be in for some funny moments.
Oh, that would be great. See, that is something I would like to see.
That is entertaining.
So entertaining. I'm here for it.
Agreed. Yeah.
Hey, Kanye, flat back.
That would be great.
Wow. So you mentioned Cat Williams. We've been talking about him a lot lately.
Yes.
Wait, we weren't supposed to talk about Cat Williams.
Nope.
I was thinking. Sorry,
It's all good.
I'm a little mixed up.
Well, what we got to talk about again,
Again.
and maybe again. Let's see how things go. But what we got to talk about again
Mm-hmm.
is Drake and Mos Def, aka Yasiin Bey,
Mm-hmm.
because
That's what we
now
got.
Drake has responded.
Mm-hmm. Yep. I was reaching for a snack. Sorry.
Oh, I was like, what's she doing? What's going on?
It was very insane.
I didn't know what was happening
Obviously,
yet.
I was snacking before we started. And I just like very instinctively was like, oh, let me reach for my snack. I don't want to be one of those people who eat on the pod. Anyway, so yeah, there's new developments in the Yasiin Bey Drake saga.
Yes, there are. So
Give it to him,
Drake
Jack.
Drake has put up a couple things. He called Yasiin Bey. Drake called Yasiin a bohemian bucket, which is the Toronto equivalent of a crackhead. He also put up a picture. I don't even know where at this point because I couldn't find it. I heard about it after the
Hmm.
fact. But he put up a picture of a mic in a hotel room or something, kind of saying like, don't worry, I can do that too.
Yeah.
So Drake has responded now.
You think he's gonna? You think he's gonna? You think he's gonna make a diss track?
No. You can't ask me a question. What do you think about what Drake did? What do you think
Wait,
about Drake's response?
why can't I ask that?
Nah. We got to start at the beginning. You can't just jump to the
What
second
do I
chapter.
think? What do I think of Drake's response? I don't think of it. I just,
He called him a crackhead and put up a microphone in a hotel room.
I just, I think it's silly. I think it's silly. Like, first of all, why are you calling that man a crackhead? What's, what's the point here? Are we children? That's the first thing. But also, will there be a diss track? Cause Drake, don't piss on me and tell me it's raining. Like I don't want to see a picture of a mic in a hotel room. I want to see a picture of you with the mic in the hotel room, putting down a verse. I don't want to see the nonsense. I don't care about the nonsense. That's cares. I don't know what a battle between Drake and Yasiin Bey would look like. I don't even know that I really want that. But I would prefer, and I say this all the time, give us some bars.
Right.
If you have an axe to grind with another rapper, give us some bars.
Right.
Duke it out. Give us a good old fashioned rap battle. Okay?
I agree.
That's really all I have to say about it. Like, what do you well, you said you agree. Do you think he will though?
Uh, well, before we get to that, I wonder, has Drake heard the full interview or has he only heard the clip that went viral of the Target thing? Because in the
Hmm.
interview, there's more clips, first of all, but the
Yeah.
clip of him saying Drake is a pop artist and the music at Target, that's what's gone viral. I wonder, has he seen more than that? Because Mos said more than that. Yasiin said more than that. Yasiin said that, I'm paraphrasing because we don't have time for everything he said, but the summary is basically that we live in a time where a lot of bad stuff is going on and there's a lot of war and there's no peace and a lot of different things are happening. And
Hmm.
interesting to him. It is sad to him. Again, this is my summary, not Mos Def's words. But
Mm-hmm.
basically, it's sad to him that someone who has the largest platform on the planet, the person who's arguably the biggest artist on the planet, is not
Mm-hmm.
saying anything of substance or anything to try to help the cause or further the movement of peace. And
Right.
that's why he was saying, like, yeah, but you know, you make target music and that's fine. But I think he's saying, like, you know, but you're also not saying anything about anything that's going on. You're completely silent and just making, you know, party and bullshit music. Not bullshit in quality, the term party and bullshit, you know, go have a
Mm-hmm.
good time.
Right.
And he has a point. You know, Drake is not known for being a person who has substance in his music, especially not once he crossed over to mainstream and had the pop records. Drake is not someone who we know for saying, these are the things I think are wrong. Drake's music
Mm-hmm.
has very specific topics, and he kind of sticks to those topics more or less, which a lot
Mm-hmm.
of artists do, right? And so I'm not going to single out Drake. There are plenty of artists who don't say anything about the geopolitical issues or the social economic issues of the world. Mos
Mm-hmm.
Def comes from a different cloth, a cloth like Nina Simone, who said basically that it's the job of an artist to speak about the real shit going on in their times. But that's not the shit Drake is on. That's not what Drake does, and that's what Mos Def was saying, and that's why he thinks it's sad that that's who's at the helm. That's who's the quote unquote king, the number one person in hip hop today. I wonder,
Mm-hmm.
did Drake see all of that, or did he just simply see the clip where he was called a pop star who makes music for Target? Um,
I
that's my
kind.
wonder. Oh, go
Mm-hmm.
ahead.
I was gonna say I kind of feel like for Drake, I don't know that it would matter whether he saw the full interview or not. I think that I don't think Drake is looking to take on that responsibility. So, that being said, I don't see him I don't see him changing his tone if he sees the whole thing. In fact, I kind of would imagine, as petty as he is, him doubling down on the fact that that's not what he's about or that's not what he does. Um,
I don't know. I don't know how you do that if you watch the full interview, because I haven't even seen the full interview yet. But just off of what I told you, I heard, I don't know how you turn around and make a diss track to Mos Def after that. Because someone who's focusing on worldview, someone who's talking about the geopolitical issues that are going on, someone who's talking about genocide, basically, because it seems like that's his view of things. I'm not saying what my view is at the moment, but
mhm.
he seems to be under the stance that he supports peace, he supports Gaza, and that's what should be the things that we're talking about, not Drake. I don't know how you diss that person if you've heard the full thing. It doesn't make a lot of sense. And now I don't know if you want to diss Yasiin Bey slash Mos Def. That is an
Well,
MC.
but that's why I said I don't know what a battle between the two of them would look like. And I even further said I don't know if I want to see that play out.
Drake would
Because
have to
of the
really rap. He can't do the thing where he raps over a party beat and
right.
throws two or four bars at you.
That's why
And
I'm
this
saying,
time, J. Cole can't save you.
but that's why I'm saying that because I feel like I don't I don't see how that battle works. Like the scales aren't balanced there, and it's
Uh-huh.
fine. Like if to me, if you mess with him, whatever you get, what you get, and you don't get upset, right?
Which him?
Like you, if you mess with Mos Def,
Okay.
right? Because like you said, he's an MC, like you know, with
Yeah.
the capital M, capital C.
Right.
So if if Drake if Drake walks into that arena, if he gets on the court and he picks up the ball, it's all fair game. whatever comes back at him, whatever reaction or whatever the bars are the bars.
Yeah.
He's if he can't hold his own, if he can't hold his weight in that battle, then maybe he shouldn't have got in it in the first place.
Yeah. I don't know what a Drake and Mos Def battle sounds like either,
I don't either.
but I will say it's a different ball game.
You're playing with the
yeah,
big
we
boys
haven't
at
heard
that
a ton
point.
of music from Mos Def lately, but we do know what he's capable of.
Yeah.
And also, I think even publicly, it may be looked at like you're picking on someone because he didn't make a rap song. He was asked a question in an interview and he responded.
And he
To make a
responded
rap
to it.
song, right? So to make a rap song responding to what was said in an interview, which we know Drake will do, but this interview, this interview was not what a podcaster thought about your album or anything
Right.
like that. This was someone speaking about what's going on in the world
Mm-hmm.
and how we should be focused on peace and bringing attention to real issues, not just distracting ourselves. I don't know that the public will receive that well if you go diss him.
I think they'll play with Drake a little bit. I think they'll let Drake do whatever he's gonna do because it's fun. I'm not talking about me, but just in general, it's fun to watch Drake, get in the weeds of things and do the corny thing he does where he feels like he needs to, say something petty
Address everything.
Address everything. And,
Mhm.
I'm sure even if there's no diss track, there's going to be a song at some point that mentions it in some way, shape, or form because he cannot help himself. uh, you know, Offline, we were having a conversation unrelated about impulse control. And I feel like Drake is a good example of when impulse control fails because he doesn't, like, he can't, it's almost like he can't stop himself from getting into the mix of things. And sure, I guess if you're the biggest rapper in the world, right? Like, it's easy to get into the mix of things,
Sure.
So, I don't know. Like, I don't, like I said when we started this, I don't know that I want to see any of that. Like, I don't care to see them go back and, like, okay, I'm contradicting myself because at first I said, write some music, right?
You did.
But I said that because I feel like if you're gonna show the microphone, if you're gonna do all of that, then just make the music and put it out.
Right.
However, to think about Drake and Yasiin Bey getting into a battle, it makes me cringe a little bit because like I said, I don't know what that would look like, and there's people I'd rather see battle.
Right.
I just don't know that Drake is not good at letting things go.
Right.
Drake sometimes raps off of his emotions or often raps off of his emotions.
Yeah.
So I'm just curious to see, like, you posted that picture. What you gonna do now?
Right.
That's kind of
Because
where
we
I'm
know
at with
Mos
it.
Def is not responding to a picture.
No. But
especially not when you're focused on talking about peace and global issues.
Right. And just to address that real quick, I get it. Like, intellectually, I get it. You have a huge platform, Drake, and you're a huge star and your influence is very much there and very much, you know, holds a lot of weight in the world.
Right.
And I struggle sometimes with what is my expectation as a consumer? What is my expectation of these people who have celebrity? What do I want them to do? I
Right.
think that where I land with it is that I'm not looking for, and I'm not a kid, but I'm not looking for a role model out of any of these guys. I'm not looking for, I'm trying to be careful with the way that I say this because I want to be clear that this is in no way to diminish what is happening in the world. It has nothing to do with that. But I think there's this big conversation that we often have about what artists and just entertainers in general, celebrities in general, owe to the world they exist in, right? And like, how should they act? What should they say? How should they respond to issues happening in the world? I don't know that I personally looking for that from Drake, but I understand the impact he would have if he centered those things. So it's complicated for me because I know where to go to find people who are prioritizing what is going on in the world and able to have a strong stance and be an advocate and, you know, whether it be through giving information, getting information and putting it in a place that makes it easy to consume. It's it's difficult for me. Like I understand exactly what Mos Def is saying, but it's almost like I don't. If Drake never says anything about anything of substance, I remain unchanged by him because I just feel like I know I know what I'm getting over here and I'm not looking for it nor am I expecting it. Maybe I'm wrong for not expecting it from him. I don't know. But I don't know. It's just to me it's complicated because it's like then we let him then we say okay, Drake should be speaking on these issues or Drake should be rapping about this and Drake starts rapping about it in a way that we don't like. We're going to crucify him for doing it. You know?
Okay.
And I don't I'm that's just my opinion. I'm just saying like I think that people call upon certain people who don't have the tools and who have no business speaking on certain things. And then sometimes we find that when people do, the people who really probably shouldn't do, it's not good. So I don't know. I don't know. Like I said, it's complicated for me. Like I don't think anyone should be ignoring what's happening in the world. That's not what I'm saying. I just don't. Drake wears barrettes in his hair and, you know, talks shit about women and talks about how much richer he is than other people. Drake talking about Gaza, what is he gonna say?
We don't know, and we'll probably never know because that's not the kind of music that Drake makes. And that is the that's the weird part, right? There are a group of people like myself, like most deaf, who believe part of an artist's job is to speak up about the things going around them, right? A lot of what early hip hop was struggle
Mm-hmm.
music. The things going on the corner, up the block,
Mm-hmm.
down the street. As hip hop has expanded, so has our reach. Knowing that we have the reach to reach someone across the pond, across the country, across the globe changes things. And
Mm-hmm.
so there are some of us who believe, yo, you should speak up about the things that are going
Mm-hmm.
on. And maybe he's not a person who would support Gaza. We don't know. Maybe he would support Israel. Maybe he would support the US. I don't
Mm-hmm.
know. But what I do know is it's pretty clear that Drake does not have an interest in speaking up about these things. And that's fine. But then that also means that most deaf can criticize you about it because
Of course.
he
Mm-hmm.
believes that artists are supposed to speak up, and he has spoken up. He's doing it in the interview, he's done it in his music. And so the proof is in the pudding. He's done it, and that's what he believes. Now, if Drake doesn't believe it, cool. But then, as we keep saying, then you can't get mad at people when they criticize you for the things that you do. And that's the problem, right? If Drake
Mm-hmm.
doesn't believe in doing those things, that's absolutely fine. It's absolutely fine. There are
Mm-hmm.
those of us who do, and there are plenty who do not. Right? We both are Jay-Z fans. Jay-Z usually does not say anything. In fact, Jay-Z has said things very rarely. It's a handful of songs that Jay-Z has said what's going on besides what's going on in the hood. So I get it. But then you have to be open to the criticism of people who are saying, yo, you just rap about the same three things and you just
Yeah.
trying to give people a distraction at Target. Do I think it's Drake's responsibility? No, I do not think it's Drake's responsibility. But I am of the belief that it is every artist's responsibility to speak about the things going on in their time. Now, if you don't agree, that's cool. But
Mm-hmm.
what can we do? We can
Yeah.
criticize. That's really all we can do. We can't force Drake to say, "Hey, tell us what's going on in Gaza," or else knuckle sandwich. We can't do that. We can't say, "Hey, we're gonna force Drake to rap about this thing." I mean, we can't do it, right? I'm being silly. We can't
Knuckle sandwich.
knuckle sandwich. Gotta take it old school. You know what I'm saying? Knuckle sandwich. Knuckle sandwich. So we can't say knuckle sandwich to Drake because he won't talk about the things going on in the world. I would think Drake, someone who has stolen the sound from many places across the world,
Mm-hmm.
has an interesting worldview. We've heard Drake take music from Jamaica and from Africa and bring it, quote unquote, to the US. And he's from
Mm-hmm.
Toronto. I would think someone who's well traveled and has money also has opinions, but we cannot force him to do this. It's whack to me. And that's really all I got because if it was me, I'd be saying stuff. I already say stuff, but I also understand the person who says, hey, I don't want to get involved in that. And who knows, maybe because of the amount of money that Drake has and the contracts he has, it behooves him to stay silent. Let's be honest, we're talking about a half Jewish person, a half white person. Maybe I shouldn't say Jewish, so I'll say a half white person who is from Toronto. Perhaps his money and the ties he has in the US keep him from saying something. As a person who involves themselves in different business dealings, I can also understand that. But once again, then you have to be quiet when people who do say something are critiquing you. Yeah, they got opinions because they're out here really saying stuff and really trying to make change. And you over here talking about, yeah, left foot stomp, right foot, shut up. That's how they feel. They feel like, shut up. They feel like, yo, mad people are dying. We don't want to hear that. And that's their right
Sorry.
too. No, it's
Yeah.
fine. It's all right. It's good to
That's
be silly
the
while I'm
left
being
foot
serious. It's
stop.
a little bit of balance.
Sorry. I
It's
also did
fine.
my nightly yawn. Did you see it?
I did. I did see it. I was trying not to call it out, but you did it. So,
It's a
but
part. It's a part of the pod at this point.
pretty much. Yeah, so that's
Yeah.
what I think. I think that everyone is entitled to do what they feel and what they
Hmm.
feel is best for themselves, their business, their family. Cool. You can't be mad at
But
Mos Def.
yeah, you can
You
be.
can't be mad
You
at
have to
Mos Def
be
for criticizing what you do. The same way all the rich guys criticize the broke guys, right? Oh, how come y'all not doing this to get rich? Well, it's the same
right.
thing. Different topic, but it's the same thing. Mos Def feel like,
Hmm.
hey, Nina Simone said we supposed to speak out. I speak out. My people speak out. Why you don't say anything?
Yeah. Yeah, and I mean, it's a valid point. I don't, you know, my rant the other day was more about, well, it was before I had known that there was more to the interview. Um, and it was more about, the shady, you know, grocery store reference. But
Hmm.
at the end of the day, I am a strong believer in the fact that art is subject to critique, and that's just the way we exist in the world. So,
Yeah,
like I said, I don't know what that would look like or sound like. Drake trying to incorporate those things into his music, but most Def is certainly entitled to that opinion, and it is an important opinion, I would say, because of how much of an effect not just the conflict with Gaza and Israel it has, but just there's so many things in the world that they're not they're not easy. They're not It's rough out there, is what I'll say. We live in a really screwed up world. So there's a
yeah,
lot of there's a long list of things that, but yeah, interesting stuff is what I'll say.
agreed.
That's where I'll leave it.
Yes. Now, something that is also going on a lighter, more fun note, I hope, is Common and Jennifer Hudson. And I normally don't talk about stuff like this, but I feel like, gotta give gotta give them a little bit of love up here. And
They made
Common
me
and
giggle
Jennifer
like a schoolgirl. They did.
yeah, Common and Jennifer Hudson in a very cute, slightly coded way told us that they're a couple, if we did not know already.
Right. I mean, we've been seeing them out and about. They were at a basketball game the other day. um, those photos went viral.
Hmm.
And so we knew that it appeared that they were seeing each other.
Right,
And Jennifer Hudson had him on her show and she interviewed him. And she said, well,
right.
I'm a talk show host, so I gotta,
You gotta ask
I
these
gotta ask
questions.
you about your love life.
Right,
Is there anybody special in your life? And the two of them that are just smiling and giggling, and
right,
it was cute. And he was like, I had to, the bar is high. I had to make sure I got it. I had to make sure she was an EGOT.
right.
I mean, once he said she was an EGOT, I was like, there's only
I mean, there's only a
19
couple
people
people
in
it
the
could be.
world,
Right,
and it's not Whoopi.
right,
So.
right,
So obviously, Jennifer Hudson is one of the 19. And then he starts to say really complimentary things about her. And then if that wasn't the giveaway, then he turns it back on her and goes, well, how's your love life going? And she's
right,
like, oh, it's good, I'm happy.
right.
And he said specifically he is in his happy place with this woman. And she
He said the
couldn't
relationship
be.
is his happy
Yes,
place.
the relationship is his happy place, and she could not be happier when he said that.
Right.
I was like, oh, they're cute. They're cute. Cause you
That was
know,
cute.
the girls be talking about Common. The girls
They
be
be hating on Common.
the girls be talking about Common and
They
saying
be
that
hating
Common,
on
you know,
Common.
Common be out in them streets with all of the
So
girls.
stop
I
hating.
mean, I honestly don't think people hate that much on Common. They
Oh, okay.
surely hate way more on Lori Harvey than they do Common. And
A topic for another
doing
time.
and Common been doing it longer.
Sure.
Anyway, I love it. I think it's cute. I think it's
Yes, I'm
cute,
very,
you
very
know.
happy for them.
Me too. Me too. Like I said, it made me giggle like a schoolgirl. I thought, oh, this is cute. And then there's an
Yeah.
edit of them like gazing at each other. They keep panning from him to
Right.
her
Yeah, I
on
saw
her
that.
show page. Yeah, it was
Hmm.
really cute. It had like fun music behind it. I was
Yeah.
like, oh, this
It was
is
cute and it
nice.
was a good piece of content.
Exactly. Yeah, it
Yeah.
was adorable. So good for them. Good for
Word.
them. Nice to end the pod on a happy note.
Sometimes you gotta balance the scales. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
You know what I'm
exactly.
saying?
Exactly. All right.
Yeah. But all right, y'all. That's it. We're out of here. We will see you tomorrow. This is Weeknights. And thank you for joining us once again.
Bye.